Shalom, Manfred, my dear brother. Shalom from Eretz Yisrael, the Holy Land. Life here is good, but not easy. Moving from our German town to the fields and citrus groves here takes getting used to, even after 8 years. Palestine is slowly turning from a dream into a reality, a real future for our people, for all Jews. I'm with a group of friends making up the core members of Kibbutz Shluchot. We live temporarily near Pardes Chana, hoping to get land to start our kibbutz. We work hard every day to make that dream a reality. I work mainly in the cowshed or in the fields. I share a room with Moshe Katz, Moshe, from the kibbutz training farm in Frankfurt. It's great to have a close friend with me for so long. I've also got to know Ayala Tenenbaum, who's also in our core group. She's one of the Tehran children. Most of her family perished in the Holocaust. Then she made her way through the Ukraine, Turkey, and Iran, and then arrived here 2 years ago with her younger sister. That reminds me, have you heard anything from our sister Irma or mother? I have no idea what happened to them, and I'm very worried there's no news. I just hope they were able to escape Germany in time to avoid the Nazis. I'm glad that the war is over. That's it, you're no longer a U.S. soldier in the 82nd Airborne Unit. How ironic. You, Manfred, fought beside the British to liberate Europe, while I'm here in Palestine battling against the very same British who've continued their white paper policy restricting the number of Jews allowed to immigrate to Eretz Yisrael. The British have become our enemy. But no matter, the Jewish yeshuv in Palestine is flourishing nonetheless. All our efforts, even mine, your brother, the farmer and cowherder, have only one aim: to establish a Jewish state.
Shalom Moshe, Shalom Naftali. We got to turn on the radio. I heard in the dining room that an immigrant ship from Europe has arrived.
What? An immigrant ship?
Soon we'll know more. The broadcast begins in a few minutes.
Shalom, Ayala.
Shalom, Naftali. I see you're still writing to your brother.
Yeah, I haven't finished yet. I've got quite a lot to tell him.
It's good you're writing him. It's good that you have a family to write to.
Ayala, you know that we're your family too. Moshe, Tzvi, the kibbutz members.
Tzvi, turn up the volume. Come on, the broadcast is starting.
This is the voice of the Haganah.
Last night, for the first time, British naval forces took action and intercepted an immigrant ship when it arrived near the shore at Shfaim. The ship, Beryl Katzenelson, had over 200 immigrants and Holocaust survivors from Europe on board. Despite the British Army's efforts, the Haganah fighters succeeded in smuggling most of the immigrants into nearby settlements. But some were caught and taken to British detention camps. The Haganah will not be silenced in the face of British immigration policy. It is the right of every Jew to be able to return to his country and homeland. That's the end of this Haganah broadcast for now.
Look at that. We ran into a British patrol the other day.
You understand that from now on, we're not just fighting mosquitoes and swamps. Now we're fighting against the British.
It doesn't make any sense. I got here with a British citizen certificate. And now all of a sudden it's forbidden for Jews to come here? What happened?
We have to do something.
What can we do? We're not Haganah fighters. We're just farmers, kibbutzniks.
We're not going to just stay on the sidelines. We have to get involved somehow. Only now it's going to get dangerous.
Dangerous? That's dangerous? The Jews in Siberia would be happy to be here now instead of us. It's forbidden to complain.
Besides, Naftali is a survivor. Someone who survived tetanus as a child. What can a few British soldiers do to him now?
Very funny, Moshe, but trying to build a Jewish state isn't a laughing matter. Look at the difference. While we're here trying to establish a Jewish state, my brother can return to America, to Chicago, and start building his life. No one to stop him, no danger.
My God! Do you all understand how lucky we are to be here? Just think of all the thousands who went through hell and want to get here. Well, the damn British.
Luck or no luck, what's certain is that life isn't going to get any easier.
What's certain is that the situation is going to heat up now.
This is the voice of the Haganah. Last night, our Haganah fighters carried out a commando retaliatory raid against the British radar stations in Givat Olga and the Arab village of Sidney Ali. The objective was to disable the naval radar operations and allow our immigrant ships to slip through the British patrols, and to send a clear message that the Haganah and the leaders of the Yishuv will not allow British forces to continue with their heavy-handed policy against the legitimate right of the Jewish people to come and settle their country, their homeland. We expect the British to respond harshly and are calling on all members of the Yishuv to be ready and be on high alert. That's the end of this Haganah broadcast for now.
Manfred, these last few days have been very stressful for everyone here. Life is becoming more and more difficult with each passing day. We're all worried that things will become increasingly dangerous under the British mandate. The confrontation with the British is getting worse.
Hey, Naftali, it's time to go to work.
More about that later. I have to leave for work now.
This is the voice of the Haganah. Field reports confirm that the British have opened up extensive searches for the retaliatory strike force throughout the Hefer Valley. The searches are taking place mainly in the vicinity of Rishpon, Hogla, and Kibbutz Givat Chaim.
Friends, listen, the alarm has been sounded. The British are at Givat Chaim. We need to load up our trucks and go there immediately. Come on!
Looks like we're not the only ones who didn't make it to Givat Chaim.
I didn't think so many people would end up getting here.
Looks like something serious is going on here.
Friends, quiet please. Most of you don't know me. My name is Yosef Escoli. I am a member of the Haganah. We are facing an emergency situation. The British have surrounded Givat Chaim and want to search the kibbutz. So far, the kibbutz leaders have been able to prevent their entry and the search. The British have sealed off the kibbutz, preventing anybody getting in or getting out. You have been called here. All of you. To Ein HaChoresh, to be a backup force if needed, to help our besieged brothers.
But what exactly are we supposed to do?
Our instructions are to be prepared to march on Givat Chaim to disrupt the British plans and stop them searching the kibbutz in any way possible. At this time, negotiations are underway.
Those damn British. They promised us the homeland, and now this.
In any event, we will wait and see what happens with the negotiations. Stay vigilant, stay alert, but try to get some rest. Tomorrow is going to be difficult, long, and dangerous.
Tomorrow, it's not going to be an easy day. Just thinking about those British soldiers.
I can't stop thinking about Manfred, who fought with the British Army, and now I'm going to have to fight against them. Me, the farmer, the cowherder, I've turned into a soldier.
Turns out that we're not just farmers, Naftali. This is our homeland. And if this is what it takes for us to establish a Jewish state.
That's it. A Jewish state. If at long last we had a Jewish state and the British would leave here.
But to go out defenseless against armed British soldiers?
I don't think they'd shoot at us.
I don't know, but I don't want to be in that situation.
That situation is a part of our battle to establish a state. Besides, Jews in Siberia would be happy to trade places with us. You mustn't...
Complain.
Yes, exactly. We can't complain. Look, perhaps the negotiations will succeed. We'll all go back to working in the fields, and Naftali will finish his letter to Manfred.
And the British will leave the country.
And we'll begin building the kibbutz, get married, and have children. That is, we'll all get married, start a family, and establish a state.
Good, I'm in favor of that. But perhaps we try to catch some sleep, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Sergeant,
Sir,
what's our status this morning?
the troops are set up and ready, Major.
As ordered yesterday, there's been a tight ring set up around the entire area.
Good.
You can rest assured, Major, no one will be interfering with the police force's search for those Jewish saboteurs.
If those buggers are hiding in there, our police will find them. Meanwhile, Sergeant, remember, our job is to stop any interference or disturbance from outside protesters. No one, but no one, goes in or out.
And if they come at us in force, sir?
These people will learn the hard way that no lousy riffraff will challenge the British Army.
Do you mean that we will open fire, sir?
Yes, I bloody well do. Dismissed, Sergeant.
Sir.
Friends, quiet! I've just heard the negotiations failed. The British tried to break into Givat Chaim, but our friends managed to push them back. We have to organize quickly to march towards Givat Chaim and break the siege. All the Jewish yeshuv is behind us. You traveled from afar in order to help our brothers, to help Givat Chaim. We promised to break the siege, and we're going to break the siege! Givat Chaim! Givat Chaim! Givat Chaim! The
siege! We should stay together.
It's going to be dangerous.
Survive the damn Nazis. Cursed Ukrainians. No British soldier's gonna stop me.
We're with you. They won't stop us.
Stop! This is a closed military zone. You will not be allowed forward.
We're Jews from the land of Israel. This is our land. This is our kibbutz. Nobody's going to stop us, not even you.
If you continue, we will open fire.
Those bastards won't dare shoot at us.
This is your final warning. Load your weapons. Turn around and go back home.
Friends, we've got orders to break the siege. We've got to get to our brothers at Givat Chaim.
Onward! For the homeland!
For the homeland!
Prepare to fire! Fire!
This is the voice of the Haganah. Despite the British attempts to carry out a search which included a continuous siege, no Haganah fighters were found in Kibbutz Givat Chaim. However, there was a tragic confrontation between unarmed civilians outside the kibbutz and British soldiers. Despite the brutality by the British soldiers, 200 protesters managed to break the siege and reach their trapped brethren at the kibbutz. But we've sadly had to pay a heavy price. It's been reported that there are many injuries from the British gunfire. Among them, 7 people have been killed and scores more people injured. That's the end of the Haganah broadcast for now.
Dear Mr. Steinfeld, it is with deep sorrow and grief that we must inform you of the tragic death of your brother Herbert, Naftali. Your brother fell in a confrontation
that took place on the morning of November 26, 1945, in the fields of Emek Hefer, in a battle for the struggle to liberate the Jewish people and their homeland. Naftali was hit by 3 bullets in his back and leg, but did not suffer in his death. May God give you comfort in knowing that it was through an effort towards building and establishing a homeland that Naftali fell. We, the members of Kibbutz Shluchot, lost a dear and loyal friend. Naftali and the memory of those who fell with him will serve as a beacon for our struggle till our country has been established and built. Their lives were cut brutally short, but their names, memories, and heroism will be entwined forever in the history of the nation and the state of Israel. Please accept our sincere condolences, and may you be comforted by the blessings from Zion.
They were loved and lived pleasant lives together, and in their death they were not separated.
Naftali Ayala, Shlucha.